Hello and everyone, welcome to TBC News. Our top stories. Food security tops 53rd annual CPA meeting agenda.
Food insecurity stands out as one of the most pressing challenges facing our continent.
Women shine as UDSM marks 54th graduation. Good evening, I am Faida Ngaga. You can also follow us live via our YouTube channel, TBC Online. Also, get all the latest news through our Instagram, Facebook, and X pages at TBC Online. President Samia Suluhu Hassan has met and held talks with the president of the Samsung C&T company dealing with construction, whereby the Minister of Planning and Investment, Kitila Mkumbo, says the company has promised to invest in Tanzania in various development projects.
Kwamba kampuni hii baada ya kufanya utafiti wa muda mrefu walikuwa wanapigia Afrika.
This company, after conducting extensive research, has chosen Tanzania the first country to invest in. It is a company involved in developing projects, particularly in promoting economic development in respective countries. We have informed them of Tanzanian priorities in economic development for the next 35 years.
On the other hand, the president has also met and held talks with the board management of Vodacom, which has congratulated her for establishing the M-Mama program, which in response, the Minister of Information, Communication and Information Technology, Jerry Sila, says the program aims to financially support women.
Project that saved lives of over 65,000 pregnant women each year, which is one of the topics we discussed here. Other topics include collaboration, increasing investment, and nurturing the talents of young people in innovation.
The Vice President, Dr. Philip Mpango, calls on joint and concerted regional efforts amongst African countries through the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association, CPA, to join hands and discuss on how to secure reliable access of food and nutrition. Is a report by Sachela Kongola, read to you by Teddy Mparnyanga.
About 280 participants, including speakers and deputy speakers, from the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association, CPA, are here to discuss and explore solutions to various key issues including climate change and food shortages. Tanzania's Vice President, Dr. Philip Mpango, emphasizes on the joint and concerted regional efforts to win the fight.
Food insecurity stands out as one of the most pressing challenges facing our continent. And despite Africa's vast agricultural potential, millions of our people still go hungry. In this regard, the strategic role of parliaments is to urge and vote for enhanced public investments in agriculture and supportive sectors in terms of budgetary resources for increased supply and access to farm inputs, infrastructure and services.
Regarding climate change, he says Tanzania has been at the forefront by making various efforts, including promoting clean energy for cooking.
Parliament has been instrumental in advocating for interventions to minimize adverse impacts of climate change on food security, like pushing for smart agriculture and avoidance of conflict over land and water resources, carbon trade to incentivize protection of forests, as well as championing the transition from the use of charcoal and firewood for cooking to clean energy, an agenda that is championed Africa-wide by Her Excellency President Samia Suluhu Hassan. Similarly, parliamentarians are at the forefront of the tree planting campaigns.
The president of Commonwealth Parliamentary Association, Dr. Abbas Bundu, who is also the Sierra Leone Parliament Speaker, says Tanzania has been exemplary in the use and promoting clean cooking energy.
80% of Tanzania's population to use clean cooking energy by 2034. This initiative does not only improve public health, but also plays a crucial role in mitigating the effects of climate change, one of the key challenges we face today.
Chancellor of the University of Dar es Salaam, Dr. Jakaya Mrisho Kikwete, says the increase in the number of women graduating at university level signifies positive results of concrete steps taken by the government in the education system from lower level to higher education. He made the remarks earlier today during the 54th graduation of the University of Dar es Salaam, whereby a total of 2,573 have graduated, of which 1,162 are men and 1,411 are women. Antonia Kivaria has more.
The Vice-Chancellor of the University of Dar es Salaam, Professor William Anangisye, says under Higher Education for Economic Transformation HEAT project, $47.5 has been allocated for the university, where several contracts have been signed with various contracts to improve various infrastructure of the university.
There are few achievements that we have reached since 2023. Such as implementation of HEAT project, the promotion of status of UDism Health Center to a district hospital, the completion to follow-up research, UDism's partnership with industry, community, service, the professorial lecture of Professor Rekaza Simfom Kandala, the academic conference of African science.
Chancellor of the University of Dar es Salaam, Dr. Jakaya Kikwete, says the increase in number of women graduating at the university level signifies the positive results of concrete steps taken by the government in education system from lower level to higher education.
The step you have taken so far is a big step. You need to congratulate yourself, and I also think it is a big step we have taken as a country. And I also think it is a big step we have taken as a country to see that there are more women who graduate than men. This shows how far we have taken step as a country in the matter of education and higher education.
Furthermore, best student of the 54th graduation, Moses George, says the increase in the number of graduates in various fields should make Tanzania proud, insisting that the new graduates are now the new country's hope.
The number of academics and professionals in various fields is something to be proud of, and today we are celebrating the increase of important resources in the construction of our nation.
Antonia Kivaria, TVC News.
Tanzania, Mozambique, and Malawi have launched a 5-year project worth $8 million named Strengthening Integrated Transboundary Source-to-Sea Management of the Ruma River Basin and its coastal zones to ensure ecosystem health and livelihood security. Speaking at the high-level meeting that focuses on the project, the director of the Ruvuma River Basin, Sudi Mpemba, says collaboration between Tanzania, Mozambique, and Malawi brings much efficiency and sustainable management of the resources found within the Ruvuma River Basin.
The aim of the project is to sustain the project by engaging the community and all stakeholders living around the Ruvuma River basins. So we are expecting that through collaboration between these three countries, the project will be sustainable. And we know that by conserving and protecting these resources, our community will be benefits from these conservation activities. So we know we have many challenges regarding the water resources management, and we know that the river is the transboundary river between these three countries. No way we can do rather than collaborating and coordinating through these three countries.
On the other hand, the representative of the Ministry of Water and Sanitation from Malawi, Simnenga Mtukule, says due to the fact that the Ruvuma River Basin is shared by the three countries, collaboration between the countries is crucial for its sustainability, a sentiment that is echoed by the General Director of Regional Water Authority of Mozambique, Gareth Omari.
which is a shared basin between the United Republic of Tanzania, the Republic of Mozambique, and the Republic of Malawi. The idea is that we co-manage the basin and develop the basin. In Malawi, we believe in the integrated water resources management approach, which encourages stakeholder engagement that we do together. We leave no one behind. That is for the good sustainability and development of the basin.
For Mozambique, this project is very, very important because the Ruma River is one of our basin that there are no development. We have a lot of poverty, a lot of communities are poor. We have issues of the pollution, our water that the community uses, their pollution, a lot of the gold panels, illegal gold panels that we must resolve this. We have the issue of erosion. We have problem of the deforestation. The people come there and they cut the plants. That is very important for the health. So, for this project, we feel that will be helping a lot. That's why we are here today and tomorrow. We bring our stakeholders, some stakeholders from Mozambique that will come there. After this, we will come back there and told the people that yes, finally we have the first meeting that we are discussing about this project.
The priorities of the project include community water supply project, environmental conservation, and ecological and biodiversity management. The project is jointly implemented by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN. In other news, Minister for Works Innocent Bashungwa calls on the government of Japan to cooperate with Tanzania in the development of a master plan that connects transportation projects, including railways, airports, and ports, to minimize congestion in urban areas. Here are more details.
Minister Bashungwa made the call in Dar es Salaam while opening the Tanzania-Japan Quality Infrastructure Dialogue, aiming at identifying business prospects in the construction industry, including ports, airports, and highways, insisting that the meeting has come at the right time.
Currently, we are looking for friends and partners around the world to see how we can decongest our big cities in a smart way. In a smart way, meaning it's not only the matter of erecting concrete, but we have to make sure we develop our cities in a way that also use the best available technology in environmentally friendly manner.
I would also like to highlight several investment opportunities in our port infrastructure project. Includes the development of an oil jet at Tanga Port, the Mtwara Corridor, Mbamba Bay, Mwanza, Bukoba, and the development of dry port in Dodoma, Kigoma, Mwanza, Dar es Salaam, and Pwani.
Evident that our Japanese friends participating in this dialogue today have one wondrous task, which is to bring closer to Tanzania the experience, the expertise, the knowledge, the ideas.
On the other hand, the Deputy Minister of International Project of Japan, Osagawara Hinechi, assures Tanzania that they are ready to cooperate with Tanzania in various infrastructure projects.
Japan focuses not only on the quantitative development for demand, but also on the quality of growth and people. Japan has practiced this concept by demonstrating technology and expertise transfer to Africa and around the world. By expanding these activities.
Furthermore, Japanese private companies, including construction companies, have a lot of experience in contributing to human resource development through the direct involvement in the development of Asian countries, and it is expected that they will proactively engage in technology transfer and capacity development in Tanzania.
About 60 members of the Japan Infrastructure Development Association for Africa, JIDA, have attended the dialogue.
The Monetary Policy Committee, MPC, has maintained the central bank rate at 6% for the quarter ending December 2024. The decision follows the consideration that inflation is projected to remain low, consistent with the target of 5%. The MPC also projects growth to be steady in line with the improving domestic and global conditions. According to the statement issued by Governor of the Bank of Tanzania, Emmanuel Tutuba, it indicates that IMF projects a growth rate of 3.2% for 2024 and the World Bank at 2.6%. This is expected to provide impetus to domestic economic activities. Inflation is projected to continue declining owing to the lagged impact of tight monetary policy and a decline in commodity prices, particularly crude oil and fertilizer.
Kamati ya sera ya fedha imeridhia kwamba kiwango hiki cha riba ya benki kuu.
The Monetary Policy Committee has approved that the central bank's interest rate of 6% continues in this fourth quarter to enable economic growth of 5.8% during this quarter, while also allowing inflation to remain within the range of 3% to 5%, which is a target we have to set for this year.
In other news, Minister of Water Ruma Aweso says the government of Tanzania continues to strive to ensure reliable access of water across the country despite the growing population. He made the assurance during the launch of Salaam Water Security Project report, the event that was attended by various government officials and private stakeholders. Peter Mganga reports.
3, 2, 1, round of applause.
According to Ministry of Water, it is estimated that water resources is suitable for various use of an average of 126 billion cubic meters per year, while it is the amount of water available per year is almost 2,105 cubic meters. Here, Minister of Water Ruma Aweso explains the government's strategies in ensuring the reliable accessibility of water in Tanzania.
But despite these natural assets, we face significant challenge in water infrastructure development and management. These challenges directly affect access of water for both household and business. Our country currently experiences water stress, with per capita renewable freshwater resources falling below 1,600 cubic meter and declining. This trend poses risk not only to human health, but also to our economic stability, particularly in rapidly growing urban areas like Salaam.
On the other hand, the Managing Director of Tanzania Breweries Limited, TBL, Michelle Kirpin, explains the importance of the private sector's participation in increasing the accessibility of water in Tanzania.
Our goal is to uncover new funding opportunities, forge strong partnerships, and learn from each other's experiences and challenges in water conservation. Together, we will identify areas in our respective regions and communities where nature-based interventions can make the most impact, such as wetlands, forests, and riparian zones.
Furthermore, the country director of World Wildlife Fund, WWF, Amani Ngusaru, elaborates what impact the report will have in ensuring water services for the citizens.
The population growth and pollution is not going to make things easier for us. The increasing population and the severe land degradation that we have seen in the video around Dar es Salaam and so many other places in the country and satellite towns contribute to high-level pollution in our rivers and wetlands.
According to the Ministry of Water, water services in urban areas has reached an average of 90%, and the government aims to ensure that people living in rural and urban areas have access to clean and safe water. Peter Mganga, TBC News, Dar es Salaam.
As Tanzania mainland will conduct local government elections on November 27th, 2024, TBC News explores various issues related to the elections and the local government. Today, political analyst Paternus Niegira elaborates the reasons behind the establishment of the local government system in a democratic society and the significance of local government elections.
The government has to ensure has a touch with the people. So has to go down into the grassroots. It has to make sure the power it has gets down to the lower unity. And as it was said by Karl Marx in the dialect of materialism, societies have tendencies of growing from small unit up to the larger unit, from a family to a street to a village, a clan. It goes up to the national level, and that's where the essence of bringing down the power of the government comes in. So why the question of why centers more on its essence, a philosophical touch, than the normal political, we may say normal political needs or normal political attitudes. So it is for participation in democracy, not only that, to improve service delivery, equitable development, and such and such. That's why after independence in 1961 to the early 1970s, these local governments were wiped off simply because of many things which had been in the system, lack of finances to run the offices and paying or what could be needed. But in the late 1970s, 80s, they had to bring back the government, the local government, simply because of what has been seen in the philosophy of running, in the philosophy of governance. So that's how we can say on that part. But another part of which is very crucial when we speak of elections. And when we are going for elections, a number of questions come around, and then people ask, why should we have elections? Now, every nation is preoccupied with the governments, every nation. And the nations spend their entire resources in electing and establishing government.
Now, before we wind up local news, let's have a look at today's exchange rates according to the Bank of Tanzania, BOT.
International news kicks off in Africa. At least 23 people have been confirmed dead and several others are missing after the boat they were traveling in capsized in Lake Kivu in Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC. 10 people survived the accident and were taken to the local hospital. It is the second deadly boat accident in DRC in less than 4 months. A boat capsized in June near the capital Kinshasa, killing more than 8 people. From Africa to the Caribbean, half of the population in Haiti is facing acute hunger. That is a warning according to the United Nations. The country is dealing with political instability and the ongoing forward on the surge gang violence earlier this year. More than 5 million people are struggling to feed themselves and their families. That is a highest proportion of acute food insecure people in crisis worldwide. The UN says in those 2 million are facing emergency levels of hunger. At least 6,000 Haitians are living in temporary shelters after fleeing their homes. Violence is increased. The number of displaced people is being doubled to more than 700,000 in the past 6 months. Many people have lost the ability to work or being employed because of gang violence. Meanwhile, despite the hunger crisis and gang violence in Haiti, the authorities in neighboring Dominican Republic are planning to deport up to 10,000 undocumented Haitians migrants every week. New detention centers have built to process importees in eastern provinces. The Dominican Republic has already deported 7,000 Haitians this year. To America, U.S. President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris have visited some of the areas affected by Hurricane Helene. More than 108 people have been killed across 6 states. The storm damaged destruction $2 billion. Biden is claiming climate change for the extreme weather. Harris went constantly to the southern city of Georgia, one of the 7 swing states that could decide November's election. America to Asia, Typhoon Krathon has made downfall in Taiwan, hitting port city of Kaohsiung. The storm brought torrential rains and field winds more than 160 kilometers per hour southern Taiwan. East Coast government offices have been shut across the country at least 2 days. To Latin America, Mexican soldiers have killed 6 migrants and injured 10 after opening fire in a truck. The shooting took place near Mexico border with Guatemala, which is a common route for migrants who aim to travel north through Mexico in an attempt to reach United States. And in Argentina, 10,000 of university staff and students protested against cut funding for higher education. The austerity measures are part of plans by far-right President Javier Milei to slash public spending.
It's time now for sports news. And in sports, Simba Sports Club head coach Fedlu David says his team will play a pressing game against Coastal Union, expecting to force them to make mistakes, adding that Coastal Union performed well in transition, but his team will defend tactically to make sure that they are not creating any scoring opportunities.
We expect and we are preparing for, and we're preparing the fitness of the team to be able to handle this three matches a week. So it was very important for us to go through that. And now with this match as well, you want to create that balance of allowing the players to go through these matches that are going to help them ultimately in the end when we do have that congested fixture period on a consistent level, not only 1 week, but 3 weeks in a row where you're playing 3 matches a week. So we will try to find the correct balance in terms of changing, in terms of keeping the same lineup and preparing the players for this robust schedule.
Simba Sports Club has played 4 matches and has won all the games, securing 10 goals and 12 points, placing them at 3rd place in the Tanzania Premier League, while Coastal Union has collected only 4 points after playing 6 matches. And that marks the end of our news bulletin for tonight. I am Faida Ngaga. Good night.